Hey, what's going on, peeps? It's KD checking in. And today, I am here to talk to you about our natural roles in, I guess you could say, society, the world, in a relationship, our natural roles. A male has a role, a female has a role. And a lot of times these roles get reversed. And we're going to work through some of those issues here today. So, it is time for another installment of on the relationship side of the game. This is where I need a whole big beautiful banner and fireworks and whatever else. But another installment of the relationship side of the game. And like I say, we're going to be touching on our natural roles as men and women. And what I think about our natural roles. So, let me just give you the rundown, first of all, of what our natural roles are, and then we'll proceed from there. So, a man's natural role is what? He's the protector. He's the provider. He's the hunter-gatherer. He's the builder. He's the head. He's the foundation. He's the rock of the family. He is the man, and he's supposed to be the man. And we know a lot of times that's not the case, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. A woman's job is the homemaker. Like I say, a man builds the house, right? He laid a foundation. He put the walls up. He put the roof over the head. He gonna build a house. And it's the woman's job to furnish the house. It's her job to paint it and decorate it and put furniture in it and make it a home. We're talking figuratively speaking. See what I'm saying? Males, on average, are 15, human males anyway, on average, 15 to 20% larger than women. Why is that? Because a man's natural role is to lead. I cannot stress that enough. Our natural role as men is to lead. Women's natural role is to follow. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. All this feminism bullshit and you don't need a man. Well, you can skate because obviously this video is not for you. But let me say this. You need a man and a man needs a woman. We are two parts of the same whole. We are opposite sides of the same coin. We are yin and we are yang. A woman needs a man just as much as a man needs a woman. Right? So, my job is to make sure that I am leading my family, whether that be dating, whether that be just talking, whether that be engaged, marriage. I don't fuck what it is. My job is to lead. Okay? My job is to plan. I'm the navigator. I'm the captain of the ship. I run this. That's not to say that I don't confer with my lady, right? Of course you need to do that. But the final decision rests with me. That's the natural part of it. People like to get it twisted and all this other stuff. Well, women can do things that men could do. No, the fuck you can't. If you could raise a child by yourself, and you can't. You could do the best you can, but a single parent cannot raise the child the way two parents can. There are certain things only a woman can do. A woman is there to teach her son compassion, to teach her son to have a nurturing type of spirit about him. She's the homemaker. She gonna teach him how to cook and how to clean and, you know, how to treat a woman. She gonna put her son on game, right? And it comes to a point in time where a boy, a man child, gets to about 12, 13, 14, and he realizes, I'm taller than her. I'm stronger than her. She no longer has authority over me. And that's where a man's job comes in at. A man's job is to teach his son how to lead. His job is to teach his son how to be a leader. His job is to go out there and teach his son how to cut grass, how to paint the house, how to change the oil. It's his job to teach his son to open up a car door for a woman, to pay for meals. You see what I'm saying? That's the father's job. He's supposed to teach his son how to be a man. A woman can't teach a boy how to pee standing up. That's a man's job. Seriously, I'm not making this up. These are natural rules. And when I say natural, let me define natural. Natural meaning nature. Nature has its own set of rules. Regardless of if you believe in God or not, nature has its own set of rules. We're the only mammals, or we're the only creatures living on this earth who think we can get Mother Nature twisted, right? We think it's okay to be homosexual. We think it's okay to be transgender and all that old bullshit. It ain't. Now, before you get to talking about I'm gay bashing, we talking about the laws of nature. I have friends that are gay. I have family members that are gay. I don't approve of the lifestyle because let's be very clear. It is a lifestyle choice. I don't approve of the lifestyle, but that doesn't mean that I can't like you as a person. Just because you sag doesn't mean that I'm automatically going to discriminate against you because you sag. No, that's just one aspect of one person that I don't like. I don't like the fact that you're homosexual. But that's your choice. But we're the only ones that think we can bend and break the laws of nature, and we can't. So, back to the subject at hand. When a man raises a boy, it comes to a point in time where he no longer going to listen to his mother. And that's the time where his testosterone is getting kicked in, his balls done dropped, his dick done grew about 2 or 3 inches, and he think he the shit. This is a process that majority of all males go through. I went through it, my brother went through it. Majority of us males go through this thing where we buck up against our parents. And that's that teenager phase. Girls do it too. But that's why you need a man in your life to check that little motherfucker when he get out of line. You remember back in the day, well, you might not remember back in the day, but I remember back in the day, there was a time before the black community was so broke up to where the mother would not discipline the children. And if she did, it would be a light discipline. Her thing would be, wait till your daddy get home. He gonna deal with you. And you know when Pops get home, oh, it ain't no joke. I did it too, fam. I disrespected my mother before my parents got divorced. And she be like, okay, well, wait till your daddy get home. He'll get home, I'm thinking I'm safe. 2, 3 days go by, yeah, I'm safe. He done forgot, I'm in the clear. Next thing I know, the lights flip on and he whooping my ass in the wee hours of the morning. Yeah, you thought I forgot, didn't you? No, I ain't forget. Here go your ass whooping right here. Oh, man, you be hurt because the light hits you. You be like, yeah, what's that? And then that bell hits your ass. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You need a man to check a boy. It takes a man to body slam his ass in the yard or punch him in the chest for him to get the picture. Right? So, when it comes to girls, a man's natural role is to be the first man that she has ever loved. It's her job, it's his job to teach his daughter how a man should treat her. Take her out on dates, open up the car door, pay, come to the door, ring the doorbell, be polite, have something to bring to the table. That's what a man teaches his daughter. A woman cannot teach her daughter that. And on the flip side, a woman's job is to teach her daughter how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's her job to tell her daughters about tampons and training bras and periods and all this old other stuff and boys and heartbreak and all this old other stuff. That's the woman's job. She's the nurturer. Right? That is the way the laws of nature are written for man and woman to be together. I don't care how you slice it. Fish, birds, bears, lions, you got to have a male and a female. You need a female egg and a male sperm in order to have a child. A same-sex couple cannot have a child naturally because you either got 2 sperms or 2 eggs, and either way, that shit ain't going to work. So, now, with that being said, let's talk about manhood for a second, okay? And this is all a part of the natural roles, and you're going to hear me say this frequently because I'm all about following the laws of nature. Like I say, we're the only ones as human beings who think we can defy the laws of nature. You can't. You could try for as long as you might, but the laws of nature are still in place. So, as a man, there are certain things that a man should do. A man should pursue. Right? You see a woman you like, you should pursue that woman. Make her feel like she's wanted. And if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. But it's your job to pursue. It's your job to lead. It's your job to come up with a plan. Like I said earlier, it don't matter if we dating, we talking, we engaged, we married, we divorced, and we got kids. It don't fucking matter. I'm coming up with the plan. That's my job. I'm the planner. I lead this. I run this. And I don't mean that about arrogance. I'm just saying taking your natural place in society. Your natural place is at the head of the family. You are a leader. You're 20% larger than a woman for a reason. You lead your family. You come up with a plan. You show your woman that you're strong enough for her to let her guards down and let her be a woman. And it takes a strong man, especially for single women who have been single for a long time, raising kids on their own. It's hard for them to step out of that male role and step back into the female role. That's why it's hard for a lot of females in positions, principals, cops, lawyers, judges. It's hard for a lot of them to turn off that authority when they get in the door of their home. It takes a strong man to lead a woman and his family. So, prime example. I asked old Gail out this past weekend. She was like, well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. You know, kind of doing this family thing this weekend. I was like, okay. She like, well, where are we going? I'm like, I'm thinking Maggiano's. Maggiano's is a nice little Italian restaurant out in Brentwood. Right? And then I hit her up again. Hey, did you think about them all? I was like, hey, do your family thing Saturday, get at me Sunday. So she tried to block this one, to see if I was going to come back at it with something else. Okay. Some women will block you just to make sure that you're trying hard. And I'm not trying hard. It's what I do. I am a natural leader. So, she asked me again, where are we going? Maggiano's. Then, from Maggiano's, we got two options. We got the Galleria Mall, which is a couple blocks from Maggiano's. That's a movie theater in there. We could go see a movie. Or we can go to the Flamingo Bowl up the street, which is pretty much a couple blocks from Maggiano's. So you got the bowling on one side, you got the movies on the other. So I've already planned in my mind ahead of time before I had even approached her what we gonna do and where we gonna go. We definitely going to this spot. Then from there, we can either go to point A or we can go to point B. Or we can do something entirely different. But I set it up that way because those two spots are right there. So I'll leave the decision up to her. Hey, what you want to do? You want to see a movie or you want to go bowling? And if she says it's up to me, I'll make that decision. But that's what I'm talking about, leading. I had already set that up with my previous girlfriend, Kim. I led the relationship, and she was shocked because she had never had a dude step up and be a man. Like, we go to Applebee's, I pick up the check, no problem. We went to go see Umar Johnson, shout out to him. Picked up that. How much is it? $20 a whop. Okay, bam, here you go. Done. I had a plan. I had it all mapped out. It's not your job as a woman to worry about or concern yourself about what it is that we gonna do. Follow me. I lead, you follow. Follow me. Listen to what the fuck I'm telling you, and we gonna be all right. You know? So I had a plan. She was supposed to come down here. I was like, I'll save my money. You get your money saved up. Keep working that job. I know you don't like it. Keep working that job. Then, get your school check. Send me whatever little money I need for the 2-bedroom. Okay. Use the rest to buy you a car if you don't have enough to buy a car. Save it, and, you know, we might have to catch the bus for a couple months, but we'll go get a car together. We'll just pick up a car payment, right? I can hold us down until you find a job. I had it all mapped out. So that way I can already have an apartment furnished. I got a house. I got all my stuff in like storage because I'm only staying in a room right now. I had everything set up. I have a house. All she had to do was come. That's all she had to do. And she just got the tripping and she got lost. She is now back on that lesbian mission. So, and I've had the same conversation that I'm having with you. It's unnatural. It really is. But hey, do what you do. It's not my job to be running behind everybody else. Now, with that being said, it's your job to support me as a woman. You're the support system. You're the anchor. If I get to drifting out too far, it's your job to pull me back in. If I get to wilding, it's your job to pull me aside and say something. If I'm not doing something right, it's your job to make me better. But don't check me in public. Check me in private. Hey, babe, da-da-da, woo-wop. Trust in your man. Trust in me. I have our best interest. It's just like back in the day, you used to couldn't talk to a woman about making a purchase. Like my pastor and his wife. Back in the day, they went to go look at a new TV. The guy is steady trying to sell stuff to a woman because he know women are emotional. If you could tap into the emotions, you can get them to buy anything. But instead, she was like, talk to my husband. Yeah, man, we got these TVs and da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, talk to my husband. That's old school. They what, late 50s, early 60s? That's old school. Talk to my husband. You know what I'm saying? You talk to me, I talk to you. If he talks to me about this car, we're going to test drive it. We're going to look around. We're going to make a decision. We're going to talk about it. Babe, what you think about this car? But at the end of the day, I'm going to make the decision. Because I'm the head of the household. I lead this. And when a man is not stepping up and leading, it bothers me so much. Just call it the man in me. The natural man cannot see another man act like a bitch. And I'm talking about the straight man too. I have a friend. Her boyfriend act like a straight bitch. And it kills me, not so much of his personality, but just the fact that you're not a man and you're not leading like you should. He act like a female more than a male because he too busy thinking and he not acting. Some stuff doesn't require that big of a thought process. And it's like he doesn't think or doesn't register or doesn't care. I don't know. But if it's all about him, he all into it. But when it comes to his woman, it's like, bruh, really? Why should you have to tell him to get ready after you've already told him the time to be ready? Why should you wait on him? That don't make no sense to me. Why are you running a relationship? And I gotta ask, I'm like, hey, it seems like you leading the relationship more than he is because he too busy thinking about it. He thinks about a whole bunch of stuff, but never acts, never talks about it. Just basically, it's almost like a one-sided relationship. The nigga don't cook, he don't clean, but then he want to complain about shit not getting done. Like, bruh, really? Your woman should not have to tell you to go get your car serviced. Your woman should not have to test drive your car. That's something you should do. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll be like, man, dude, act like a straight bitch. And then when they get mad when people call them out on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it kills me because as a man, especially now, this is my friend. I done been rocking with her for, what, 12 years. I've been rocking with her for 12 years. That's my best buddy, for real. And she's solid. I tell her all the time, like, you the only woman I know who thinks rationally. You don't think with your emotions. You don't act with your emotions. You're rational. You are one of the very few rational thinking women that I know, which is why she succeeds so well. Because she knows what she wants, she goes to get it, and she don't let emotions hinder her from doing what she needs to do. But still, I have a problem because there's a role reversal. It seems to me she's doing more leading and he's doing more following. Because like I say, it's certain stuff you shouldn't have to think about. Example, one of my partners, growed up with him since we was youngsters. His gal got a job offer in Texas. I think they was living here in St. Louis or New Orleans or somewhere. I forget where they was living at. But she got a job offer from Texas after she graduated college. And he packed up and moved with her. That was a no-brainer. That was his fiance, and they're now happily married. You know, praise be to God. But I know for him, that was a no-brainer. This is my wife-to-be. She's got a good job in Texas. I'm going to follow her so she can pursue her career. I can always pick up a job in Texas, especially since the market for jobs is way better than it is here in St. Louis and some of the other places. So I'm sure that was a no-brainer. He packed up his stuff. Hey, I moved. He like, hey, my gal got a job offer. I'm moving to Texas. That's a no-brainer. That's stuff you don't have to think about. You see what I'm saying? Now, in that situation, are you leading or are you following? Well, you're following your gal to Texas, but you're leading because you're supporting her and what she's doing. He could have easily been selfish, like, no, you need to stay here, do this so I can do this, blah, 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 and try to be this old macho, masculine, ultra, you know what I'm saying, ultra macho man looking ass nigga, but it wasn't even like that. He supported his woman, and now they married. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. And he doing a good job of leading his family. He leading his woman, and they doing the damn thing. That's why I say, man, take your natural place in your roles. Women, I know it's hard for you to step out of that lead position. It's so hard for you because you've been doing it on your own for so long. And trust me, I understand. There's a lot of feminine ass niggas out here who claim to be straight, but they be like, damn, bitch, you act more like a woman than I do. You feel me? I can't tell you how many women I talk to be like, damn, I wish more men was like you. A man. Step up. Lead. Women feel like it's certain stuff I shouldn't have to do. I shouldn't have to go take my car to the mechanic shop. I shouldn't have to take my car to go get washed. You want to know why? Because that's the man's job. If your car needs servicing, you take it in there. You go talk to them because you already know what they're going to do when your woman get in there. Oh, your car needs $800 worth of work. And then she come back home, babe, my car needs $800 worth of work. Oh, okay. You come like my homegirl, you know, Becky was saying. She's like, Dad, then you come up there 2 weeks later, you know what I'm saying, and the man's driving the car instead of the woman, and he comes up there and they tell you the car only needs $150 worth of work. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, my gal was just up here last week and you told her the car needs $800 worth of work. That's the type of stuff they like to do. When you go buy cars, it's the same thing. You go buy a car, they want to talk the woman into buying any old thing. They know they can't talk to a man like that. But it takes a strong man to lead a woman. And I urge you, brothers, especially in the black community, we are losing so many of our brothers to the streets. We are losing so many of our men to the incarceration. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who still are here and you're celebrating the straight black pride, I urge you to step up and lead. Lead in your community. Lead in your church. Lead your family. Be a man. Be a man that your community needs you to be. It's your job to go out there and fight and go make something and hunt and kill and go get it. You are the go-getter. You're larger than a woman for a reason. You're stronger than a woman. You have more stamina. You can run longer. You are that way for a reason. You are made that way. These are the laws of nature. I can't make this up. Nature made you this way and made you that way for a good reason. I urge you to step up and take your place, especially as black men. Like I say, so many of us are out here dying, and the ones that ain't dying and the ones that ain't locked up, the other ones is drunk on dog food, crack, just lost in space. So many of us brothers out here are destitute, and a lot of sisters too. Because a lot of sisters out here is lost, got 5 different kids by 3 different baby daddies, and then you wonder why don't no nigga want to put up with your ass. I ain't gonna lie. I've talked to some nice gals until I find out how many kids they got. I be like, I can't do that one. 2, yeah, I'll do 2. 3, maybe. 4, probably not. She better be goddamn superwoman for me to be with her, and she got 4 and 5 kids or whatever. But like I say, man, I'm finna wrap this up. Be a man. Take your place at the top. It starts with you. If you don't get it, no one else will. Don't depend on your lady to do something that you know you should do. Don't depend on your lady to go out there and bring home the bacon. It's your job. I'm not talking about she make more money than you because she a lawyer and you know, you this guy over here, you know, you a janitor out of school. I'm not talking about that. It don't matter how much money you make. You be a man, you step up. At least you working. You got to go out there and make something happen for your family. If y'all short on the bills, you got to go hustle up that money. Your woman shouldn't have to work as hard. You should work hard. The woman is the soul, the heart. Family is her job to raise the family and cook and clean naturally. Not saying women can't work, but that's your natural role. It's your job to be out there in the forefront. You take the bumps, the bruises, the scars, the scrapes. You take that so your lady doesn't have to. And at the end of the day, when you get home and you've been fighting in the community and you've been fighting on the job and you've been fighting white supremacy and you've been fighting in the church and you've been fighting, at the end of the day, you come home to a good, supportive, loving woman who will stitch you back up, pat you back up, and tell you, baby, everything's going to be all right. But in order for a woman to take her role, you got to step up and put her back in her place and take your role as the head of the family. So, that's it, fam. I'm KD, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all of those other stuff. I will holler at you next time. Peace.